Welcome to Global Facts. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. I bet you didn't know that a 70-year-old bomber is still at the heart of American air power, and its future is more important than ever. Tonight, we look to the skies, where history and innovation collide in a story that spans generations. Here, an icon of American air power is undergoing a transformation critical to national security and to the future of global deterrence. The B-52 Stratofortress, a bomber that has served the United States for 7 decades, is not just a relic of the past, it's a living flying testament to American engineering and adaptability. Now, it stands at the center of an ambitious and costly upgrade, one that will shape its destiny for decades to come. This isn't just about new engines for an old plane, it's about breathing new life into a legend, ensuring it can meet the demands of modern warfare. It's about projecting power, adapting a legendary weapon for a new century, and keeping pace with rapidly evolving threats. The B-52 is more than a machine. It's a symbol of endurance, ingenuity, and the ability to evolve. First flown when Harry S. Truman was president, it has witnessed the Cold War, Vietnam, and countless other chapters of history. Its original engines, designed in the 1950s, are now dangerously obsolete, struggling to keep up with today's operational demands. The Commercial Engine Replacement Program, or CERP, is a massive effort to replace these aging engines with modern, efficient power plants. This program aims to keep the B-52 flying past its 100th birthday, ensuring it remains a credible threat well into the 2050s and beyond. The B-52 is a key piece in the global chess game of security. Able to reach any corner of the world at a moment's notice, it's a vital part of the U.S. nuclear triad, carrying both conventional and nuclear weapons, and serving as a constant reminder of American resolve. The B-52 is also a sign of American commitment to allies. As global tensions rise and new threats emerge, the ability to deploy this bomber reliably is more important than ever, both for deterrence and reassurance. However, the program is facing significant delays, with technical and logistical challenges slowing progress. These setbacks are raising questions about its management, its future, and the ability to deliver on promises made to the nation. These delays have strategic implications, potentially affecting America's military readiness and global posture. They force tough conversations about costs, risks, and the balance between tradition and innovation. Tonight, we'll explore the B-52's remarkable history, its urgent upgrade, and the stakes involved in keeping this legend aloft. We'll examine the reasons for the delays, the technical hurdles, and the human stories behind the headlines. And we'll ask what it all means for the future of American air power, and for the world the B-52 still helps to shape. To truly appreciate the B-52's significance, we need to journey back to its extraordinary beginnings and the visionaries who brought it to life. The B-52 is not just an aircraft, it's a symbol of American ingenuity and determination. In 1948, 6 Boeing engineers gathered in a Dayton, Ohio hotel room, working late into the night. There, they designed what would become the legendary B-52 Stratofortress, sketching out ideas that would change the course of aviation history. Entering service in 1955, the B-52's mission was clear: deterrence. It was built to fly deep into Soviet territory, carrying nuclear weapons, and to serve as a constant reminder of American strength during the Cold War. For decades, B-52 stood on high alert, engines running, ready to respond at a moment's notice. They became a powerful symbol of American resolve and the backbone of the nation's strategic bomber force. Its robust, adaptable airframe has allowed it to outlast newer bombers and evolve into a versatile standoff weapons platform, capable of carrying both conventional and nuclear payloads. The B-52's ability to be upgraded has kept it relevant for over 6 decades. From the intense bombing campaigns over Vietnam to precision strikes in Afghanistan, the B-52 has proven its value in every major conflict, adapting to new roles and missions as warfare has changed. Today, only 76 of the original 744 B-52s remain in service, affectionately known as Buffs, big ugly fat fellows. These aircraft are cherished by their crews and respected by allies and adversaries alike. These survivors are a testament to the foresight and skill of those original engineers, and to the generations of maintainers who have kept them flying. But even the most durable airframe has its limits. Decades of service have taken their toll, and the need for modernization is more urgent than ever. The original Pratt & Whitney TF-33 engines, which have powered the B-52 since the 1960s and have been out of production since 1985, are now the aircraft's weakest link, limiting its performance and efficiency. Keeping these iconic bombers flying for decades to come depends on giving them a new heart, modern engines that will ensure the B-52 remains a vital part of America's defense for generations. The answer to the B-52's aging engines is the Commercial Engine Replacement Program, or CERP. The plan: replace all 8 old TF-33 engines on each bomber with modern, fuel-efficient Rolls-Royce F130s. The $2.6 billion contract covers 6 to 8 engines, spares, and support, with Boeing integrating the new systems. The F-130s are 30% more fuel-efficient, increasing range and loiter time, crucial for Pacific operations. Reliability will soar, with less maintenance and more time in the air. The first 2 B-52Js will undergo extensive testing at Edwards Air Force Base before the rest of the fleet is upgraded. This complex process will keep the bomber force ready throughout the transition. Despite careful planning, the B-52 modernization has hit turbulence. In 2025, the Air Force confirmed a 10-month delay in the engine replacement effort, threatening the 2033 operational goal. The problem isn't the Rolls-Royce engines, but the Boeing-designed engine inlets, which caused airflow distortion in testing. This aerodynamic issue could reduce performance and even risk engine stalls. Boeing is now redesigning the inlets, a painstaking process involving computer modeling and wind tunnel testing. This redesign is the main reason for the current schedule slip. Complicating matters, a separate radar upgrade is also behind schedule, stretching its timeline from 5 to nearly 9 years. These parallel delays are raising concerns about the program's management and future. The B-52 modernization timeline has shifted repeatedly, reflecting the complexity of the task. In late 2023, the Air Force moved the program from rapid prototyping to a traditional acquisition pathway, adding a year but aiming to reduce risk. As of October 2025, wind tunnel testing for the redesigned inlets is set for summer 2025, a critical hurdle. The critical design review, once planned for 2023, is now set for April 2026, showing the seriousness of the design challenges. Only after this review can production for the wider fleet begin, now projected for March 2028. Despite delays, the Air Force insists the B-52J will be combat-ready by 2033. But meeting that goal now requires a compressed, aggressive schedule for testing and production. Any further setbacks could force a difficult reassessment of the bomber fleet's future. The stakes for staying on track have never been higher. The delays in B-52 modernization ripple far beyond engineering labs, affecting not just the aircraft itself but the broader defense ecosystem. Militarily, the B-52 remains the backbone of America's long-range deterrent, serving as the primary carrier for the new LRSO nuclear cruise missile, and providing a visible symbol of U.S. strategic power. Delays in modernization could create a dangerous capability gap, potentially forcing the Air Force to accelerate or expand procurement of the much more costly B-21 Raider, which is still in development and not yet fully operational. Economically, the B-52 upgrade is a calculated investment, far cheaper than building an entirely new fleet from scratch. New engines alone are projected to save billions in fuel and maintenance over the coming decades, making modernization a fiscally responsible choice. However, ongoing delays are driving up costs, triggering increased congressional scrutiny, and raising questions about program management and oversight. Industrially, the program supports thousands of high-skilled jobs and sustains a nationwide supply chain, with Rolls-Royce building engines in Indianapolis and dozens of suppliers contributing parts and expertise. Disruptions threaten production schedules, workforce stability, and employment across the entire defense sector, impacting both large manufacturers and small businesses. The upgrade is a strategic choice, extending the life of a proven asset with 21st-century technology, rather than starting over with an untested platform. Success is critical for both maintaining military deterrence and validating the concept of cost-effective defense acquisition for future programs. The current challenges highlight the immense difficulty and complexity of integrating modern technology onto a Cold War-era airframe, requiring innovation and adaptability. Ultimately, the outcome of the B-52 modernization will shape not only the future of America's bomber fleet, but also set a precedent for military modernization efforts in the decades to come. The B-52 upgrade has relied on cutting-edge digital engineering to speed up design and collaboration. A secure cloud-based platform let companies submit engine proposals virtually, accelerating selection by a year. Advanced simulation tools created a digital twin of the B-52, promising to catch problems early. But the recent inlet delays exposed the limits of digital design. Some issues only surface in real-world testing. The GAO criticized the program for not fully leveraging digital models to catch airflow problems sooner. The lesson: digital engineering is powerful, but not a silver bullet. Real-world validation remains essential, especially for complex upgrades. The B-52's struggles show the need for a balanced approach, combining digital speed with hands-on testing. Experts agree the stakes for the B-52 modernization are enormous. General Thomas Bussière warns that failure would force the Air Force to buy more expensive B-21s with huge budget impacts. The GAO calls for a more iterative, incremental approach to upgrades, especially for the radar. Former officials acknowledge the delays but remain optimistic that technical issues are manageable with focused engineering. There's consensus modernizing the B-52 is mission-critical for national security. Its role as a standoff missile carrier is too important to lose. But concern is growing about the execution of the upgrade programs. The path to the B-52J is fraught with technical and managerial challenges. The coming months will test the Air Force and its partners' ability to solve these problems. The future of American air power hangs in the balance. The B-52's transformation is a high-stakes effort to project American strength for another generation. The B-52J bridges past and future, a 70-year-old design reimagined for new threats. Success will signal enduring U.S. resolve. Failure could embolden rivals and create instability. For the defense industry, this is a test of integrating modern tech onto a Cold War platform. Lessons from these setbacks will shape future military upgrades. Every citizen has a stake in this story. National security underpins our prosperity. As engineers and leaders tackle these challenges, the B-52's journey reflects America's own endurance, adaptation, and an unwavering gaze toward the horizon. The long flight of the Stratofortress continues.